kiss.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Penny LS1 checking in early. It's already almost 100 degrees. But y'all see what's going on today. So I'm gonna finally put some color on the underside of the hood. Just a quick recap on this paint booth. This paint booth was given to me by WARSUN. This is a 20 by 11.5 by 9 foot inflatable spray booth. So today, like I said, I'm painting the underside of the hood. For those of y'all who haven't seen this video or haven't seen me set this booth up, I'll put the link in the description. You can go check that out. But it's pretty big. So I'm gonna show you all the materials that I got that's going on today. This is what I've been waiting on. This is the sealer that I've been using. It is a white sealer. The House of Color sealer is still on back order. Well, actually, it's the catalyst for the sealer that they are out of stock on. This is the base coat right here. And once again, I'll put a link to the video where I mixed up the pearl base coat. This is the top pearl or the mid coat pearl and the clear base coat. So I'm gonna actually mix these today because I ran out. So I'm gonna mix that up today. Got my cup, got me some sticks. But today, this video is also sponsored by WARSUN. If y'all seen the video when I did the paint booth, when I blew it up the first time when I painted it, I mentioned that I was interested in getting what we call the elephant's trunk exhaust system. So actually they reached out to me, asked me if I was interested. So this here is the WARSUN. It's called the oversized exhaust ventilation device with efficient filter box. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this. So this box right here is the actual fan, the exhaust fan with the tubing, and this box here is the actual what it is. It's a box. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have to put it together, but I'm guessing it's that damn big, but it's gonna connect to this filter. It might not connect to the whole filter because this one's actually oversized, but it will Velcro to that, and that exhaust fan sits down there, and it basically creates a vacuum to pull excess overspray out. So like I say, today I'm doing the hood, and it's a pretty big item, so I will get a lot of overspray when I do the clear coat on the hood. So I'm gonna try that out today, give my honest review. So let me get this unboxed and start assembling this. I'm gonna go ahead and mix up my pearl coat, and I got the grill lit because I actually painted it yesterday, and I'm just letting the paint cook on it. I should have used my spray gun, but I use rattle can, but I think I'm gonna respray it. But anyway, that's what, if you see that smoke, that's all it ain't no meat on there. It's just I just got charcoal and some wood in there just to burn it off. And I actually got me a full face respirator because that clear coat burned my eyes the last time I was spraying the fenders. So let's get this unboxed, and I'll cut y'all back on in a minute. All right, so I got everything unboxed. That's the fan, that's the exhaust tubing. Over here is the frame. It's got to be put together. So I hate putting together furniture, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and tackle it. It did come with a hardware and an Allen key, and it's got some little wing nuts. So that's good. No tools needed. This piece right here is the actual trunk. So over here, like I said, it's all Velcro, so it's just gonna Velcro to the side of the filter right there. So let me see if I can get this put together. We'll get everything set up, and I'll bring you back on, and we're gonna go inside and wipe down the hood and mix these pearls up. Well, I'll probably mix the pearls up after I lay the sealer. That way I have some time, something to do in between flash time. So let's get it. Well, it actually wasn't that bad to put together. It's pretty easy, actually. It's huge, so actually it is looks like it is big enough to cover the whole side, and it's aluminum, so it's pretty light. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up and walk over to the booth. I think I can probably just get it with one hand if I walk it this way, and then I just gotta finagle the trunk right there over the frame. But it looked like it's big enough to cover this whole. It is. Look at this. Well, the frame is, but once you put the snout on, it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna Velcro to the outside of that. So that's all right there. Yes, sir. I bought a new stenching cord yesterday at Harbor Freight. It's a 12 gauge 50 footer with the 3-prong, because I didn't know for sure. Well, I knew the one that I have on that end, I had I had both of those fans and the compressor plugged up to the same outlet with 3-prong, and it tripped the circuit the first time I used the booth, and the booth started deflating on me while I was inside. So I have them both running off 2 separate plugs, but that one does have a dual head and this one has a tri-head or triple head. But this fan right here only pulls 5 amps, so that's good. I'm not sure what this pulls, but this cord is good for 15 amps at 50 feet. So I was gonna get like a 10 gauge, but I didn't need a 10 gauge, but you know, you can always have more than you need, but nevertheless. But 15 amps should be good. So my point is, the reason I ran it like this, that way if the circuit trips on this plug, I'll only lose air pressure and ventilation. I won't lose inflation. That's the biggest thing, like I said, because it deflated on me last time. But that looks good. So let me try to get the trunk wrapped around it, and man, that looks good. You know, let's go. Well, there you have it. So it actually is big enough to cover the whole filter. It's actually a little too big, but the Velcro is wide enough to still Velcro right here, because you got some overhang, see right here, but it's wide enough to still stick. So it's sealed all the way around. I got the filter in there. I just need to plug up the fan and hook up the exhaust tube. So let's do that, and then I'm gonna go inside and see how well the suction is on that. And while I'm in there, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down the hood and get ready to shoot the sealer.
Crank Lucas.
Well, we got action. Y'all saw it popped out the first time, so I guess you have to tie it to the handle, because the air is pushing pretty good volume, as you can see on this end right here. It's moving some air. So let's go inside the booth. Let me grab my panel wipe and my paper towels. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down the hood. We're going on this side. I sprayed it with some self-etching primer yesterday, because I had a couple of breakthrough spots, and I'm just gonna hit it. Oh, you know what? I need to hit those first. Hold on, let me check it. Hold on. I was gonna say I was gonna hit them with a Scotch-Brite, but I'm putting a sealer on it, so it won't matter. So we're gonna wipe this down, but let's check this. Well, you can see it pulling. So looks like it's gonna be all right. So let me get the panel wiped down. I put a back mask around the edges, so I have a soft edge. So I got it taped and folded over, as you can see, and then I taped it flat on the top side of the hood. That way I'll have a soft edge instead of a sharp, hard edge with the clear. I got ants all on this thing. Oh well, y'all better get on. Y'all gonna get clear coated. So let me get it wiped down. We're gonna come back in here with some sealer. Let's get it going. Oh, this is exactly what I was afraid of. So I was inside wiping off the hood, and I was using the air blower to blow it off, and the compressor kicked on to fill the tank back up. And like I said, I got the compressor and the exhaust fan on the same breaker or outlet, and it tripped the outlet. I mean, tripped the GFCI. So I was worried about that. So what I'm gonna do is probably turn the exhaust fan off until I get out of the booth and the compressor kicks off, and then I'll just flip the switch to turn that on. So let me get this reset, get this thing. Good thing I did it before I put anything on it, because as you can see, it's sitting right on top of the hood. Shit. Okay, we back in business. So let me go ahead and mix this sealer up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave the exhaust fan off until after I spray. Once the compressor cuts off, then I'll turn that on just to get the overspray out. Otherwise, it's gonna keep tripping it. I only have one plug back here and everything runs off the garage GCFI. There's nothing plugged up in the garage, but that circuit is not enough for these 4 devices that I got hooked up to it. So, but anyway, so here's the sealer that I'm using. It's a white. It can be used as epoxy or sealer. So as a sealer, it mixes 1 part sealer, 1 part hardener, and ½ part of reducer. So as you see, I got slow reducer. It is already 100 something degrees. But anyway, let me get this mixed up and we're gonna take you inside and I'm gonna put you on time lapse and we'll get this first layer of primer sealer laid down. Oh, and real quick, I'm gonna use this Summit gun that I've been spraying everything with. I'm gonna use this to lay down the sealer. It's got a 1.4 tip on it. It laid down pretty well before. And then I got a new gun. I'm gonna use this one to lay down the base coat, pearl coat, and the clear coat. It's the A610. I saw a lot of good reviews on this, so I'm gonna give it a shot. And this one's a LVLP gun, and this one is a HVLP, so this should do pretty well with my small compressor. All right, so we got 2 coats on here. I'm gonna put an image up on the screen or B-roll footage. The first coat, I'm gonna put it up right now. It came out kind of tiger stripe. I know it's super hot, but mainly because of all these different angles and contours. You can actually still see one right there. So I had, on the second coat, I came back and just basically got all the different angles, all the nooks, and I mean, it's, as you can see, it's not just flat because all the bracing. So I hope that doesn't affect the metallics when I lay the base coat down, and also the pearl. So I'm just gonna have to, what I'm probably gonna do when I do the base coat is hit all the angles first, which is gonna be hard to do because the sealer is white and I won't really be able to see where I'm going if I do it that way. I should be able to though, but you can probably still see a few spots. But we'll get it. I mean, I got good coverage. I got enough to do 1 more coat. So what I'm gonna do, instead of doing a coat, I'm just gonna go over all the little contours and make sure everything is covered, so that way I won't have any blotchiness in the base coat. And then I got my speed shake over here, so that way I can have a reference of the color once it's all finished. Hopefully I get this. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be all right. So I got about 5 more minutes on the stopwatch, and then I'm gonna come in here and shoot this last coat of sealer. 15 minutes in between coats. Probably don't even need it because it's so hot. This shit is drying so quick, but not bad, not bad. All right, so I went ahead and sprayed the base coat. I got 2 coats on there already. Got pretty good coverage. I'm getting ready to mix up the pearl. Now this base coat, like I said, I'll put the link down below to the video where I mix this up. It looks white, but it has silver pearl in it. It's got so it's a white base with silver, sterling silver pearl, super silver metallic, fine metallic, and super fine metallic, all House of Color products. And so like I say, it looks white, but as y'all seen with my fenders and the fender wells, you can see the silver when the light hits it. So, and then I'm gonna put a snow white pearl on top of this before I clear it. But y'all can see I did a pretty good job on the prep work. all the little adhesive that's holding the reinforcements on. I sanded that down with the flap disc when I was prepping it. That's probably a couple of months ago now, and it's been sitting in the garage. With 2K primer. I got my speed shape. I dropped the dang on speed shape, so you see the trash. I don't know if you can see it on here. I ain't gonna worry about, yeah, you can see it right there. I'm not gonna worry about getting it out. I just want this to have the color reference, so we'll finish that up. So let me go out here and mix up this pearl so y'all can see what that's gonna look like. Shade, but the sun had moved over, obviously. So I'm direct in the sun right now, and it's had to put everything down there because the lids were starting to pop. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix both of these quarts so I can have it uniform. So how I did it, I took 2 quarts of the inner coat, what they call a transnebuli. It's basically a clear base coat. So I took 2 quarts of that to 8 ounces of the pearl. This is the white pearl, Snow White FX. So I'm gonna mix it in this bucket right here, and then I'm gonna pour it back in the cans, and then it mixes. After you mix it, then it reduces 2 parts of that mix to 1 part reducer. So let me get this mixed up. Alright, so the lighting in here, the lighting is good, but you can't see the reflections. There's no clear on it yet, but I do have the first coat of pearl. You can probably see it on the side. See how it looks silver and white up there, silver right there. So that's the kind of flop that's going to be in this pearl. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, I can show you right here. You see that? Like I said, ain't no clear yet. This is just one coat of pearl. So I'm gonna do 2 coats of pearl and 3 coats of clear. I'm probably not 2 coats of clear since this is just the underside of the hood. So my plan is, like I said, I haven't been using the ventilation yet. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save that for the clear coat, because as you know, that's the most overspray. And I can't run the compressor and the ventilation at the same time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spray the clear. And as soon as I get done spraying, I'm gonna walk out of the booth, turn the compressor off, because it's gonna be recycling. I'm gonna turn it off immediately, and then I'm gonna turn the ventilation fan on so you can see the exhaust pulling out the overspray. So we'll do it that way. But we got action though. I'm gonna have to, matter of fact, I'm gonna text my brother here in a minute. He's gonna have to come by probably tonight and help me move this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit it on top of the garage. On top of the roof of the car in the garage. I would leave it out here all night, but I don't want to leave the booth up. All right, y'all, I'm about to shoot this clear. I'm gonna leave the phone outside the booth. I don't want the clear to get on the lens. And hopefully I get this in this shot, because my phone's been getting hot all day and shutting off. I'm about to put my mask on, so you won't hear me, but you'll hear the gun spray because I got the mic on my shirt. So let me mask up. We're gonna do 2 coats of clear. This House of Color US, what is it? USCO1 Cosmic Urethane Show Clear. And I'm shooting it with a 1.3 tip. Okay, so that's 2 coats. Let me turn the fan on real quick, see if y'all can see the difference. It's definitely coming out the end over there. So we'll let that run. All right, so we got the fan is on. Still kind of cloudy in here, but it's definitely better than it would be without it. I got one little piece of trash right there. So we got 2 coats of clear. I went a little heavy on the second coat, but I do like that that LVLP gun. Shoots pretty good. Shoots at 20. I had it at like 29 PSI. You see this side, see how it looks silver? That's what I'm talking about. So look at that. But it's definitely got, you know, got some white, got some silver going on. So y'all can, let me see, here's the speed shape. It's hard to see it in the, but yep, so we done. I'm gonna let this air out. I'm gonna text my brother real quick and see if he can come by. Probably, it's 2:30 right now. So I'm probably let it sit out here for a few hours. I mean, shit, probably until the sun go down. So I'll probably let it sit out here for like 5 hours before we try to handle it. But all I need to do is just move it. Cause I was gonna take it off that saw or that horse and put it on this one over here, but I don't want it sitting outside because of the tree. And then just, you know, birds flying by. So probably just take it in the garage, set it on top of the roof of the car, and let it just sit there for a week or two to cure, and then I'll bolt it on. But overall, my bad, my phone cut off because of the heat, but like I was saying, overall, it definitely works. As you can see in the time lapse that I set up, you can see how quick well, I mean, obviously it was a time lapse, but you can see that it actually does extract the overspray and, you know, sends it out the exhaust. So thank you so much, WARSUN, for reaching out to me and sending me this accessory for the spray booth that you sent me, what, about a month or 2 ago now. So I've pretty much painted everything in here. So if it was a little bit bigger, I'll paint the car in here. So if y'all want to donate a big one, I'm definitely interested in trying that out, but let me know. But everybody, man, thank you so much for rocking with your boy. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping videos. Check me out on Instagram, man. I post a lot of reels on Instagram for all the latest, greatest. Before I do a long format video, I usually do a quick couple of reels throughout the week. So thank you again for your support. Until next time, Penny and Let's One, I'll let your boy.